Ridgefield Playhouse welcome for the beginning of Comedy Winter 2018 Showcase. It is a man of few words, Howard Gale.
Thank you. I'm a little deaf in this ear tonight, so if you could really scream and yell on this side, I'd appreciate it. Did you ever wonder, do cannibals have oral sex? And if they do, is it more than once? Could you imagine being Jesus, a kid growing up, going to Hebrew school? The other kids must have taunted the hell out of him. Hey Jesus, I wish you were dead. Your mother's a virgin. What do you say to somebody if they say your mother's a virgin? I mean, it doesn't say too much for his father, but rough. Actually, before Jesus got whacked, he was going to go into the witness protection program. He was going to change his name to Mo and move to Detroit. But unfortunately, things didn't work out that way. The whole thing with the resurrection was actually like a weekend at Bernie's. They knew that if they didn't perpetuate it, they were going to lose Christmas, Easter, all that commercial business. They'd be left with the San Gennaro Festival in Mulberry Street. But could you imagine if he did change his name to Mo? There'd be 200 million Mexicans by the name of Mo. Your wife would say to you, hey honey, the grass is getting kind of high, could you call Mo? All those guys in prison would have a Mo tattoo. Yes. And then there was a Broadway play, 5 Guys Named Mo. It would have lasted a lot longer. Anyway, my name is Howard. I'm 65 years old. My prostate is now bigger than my ego. I pee in Morse code. What I used to do all night, now it takes me all night to do. And when I sit on the toilet, it feels like my balls are making iced tea. At 65, I'm also facing mortality. And the only thing I know about mortality is I know I want to die like my grandfather did. And not like the 4 guys screaming in his car. I'm also a member of AA. I have 22 months sobriety. I do a lot of speaking. I like to go out to schools. I kind of like to speak like scared straight to the middle schools and the high schools. And this is one of my things that I take with me. And I explain to them, I say, this is your brain before drugs and alcohol. It's clear. When you start doing drugs and alcohol, your brain becomes cloudy, you make bad decisions. Those bad decisions lead to major consequences. This is your asshole before you go to prison. This asshole. So I grew up in Brooklyn. My father was Catholic, my mother was Jewish. I was baptized, circumcised, and traumatized. I had a rough childhood. How rough was it? Well, I'll tell you. My mother had morning sickness after I was born. She breastfed me through a straw. My favorite bath toy? A toaster. There was a custody battle, nobody showed up. And my father, when I got a little older, my father used to tell me, he'd say, Howard, make sure you always wear a condom when you have sex. One day I got the nerve to ask him, I said, Dad, why? And he showed me a picture of myself. So I married a nice Jewish girl from Brooklyn. The thing about Jewish women, they get fat when they get married. After they get married, they'll swallow almost anything. On our first date, I took her to a triple-headed Jewish porn festival. Honey, I don't do that. Get that thing out of my face. And my favorite, Schindler's Fist. Would you like to hear a little bit more about Susan? Okay. Hey Siri, tell me something about Susan.
What would you like to know about Susan, your fucking the chick's wife?
On that first date, I asked her if I could give her a kiss on the cheek goodnight. She turned around and bent over. I finally gave her a ring. She gave me the finger. She was brutal. We got married. She put everything in both names, hers and her mother's. I think she got into S&M just so she could hit me. And how I got into trouble myself was, she used to tell me, honey, go out and get me something to make me look sexy. I'd go out and get drunk. So Donald Trump. I call Donald Trump the great negotiator, the deal maker. I call paying $130,000 for sex getting fucked. Stormy Daniels, the porn star he had the affair with, she's making it into a book, a hole-in-one. To be followed by the movie, Hump Towers, lest we forget the Russian version, War and a Piece of Ass. Shithole countries. We all know that Donald said that. What you didn't hear him say was, immigrants are like sperm. Millions get in, but only one works. And he said, I'm gonna get rid of immigrants one by one by one. And then somebody asked him what he thought about the sonnet at the bottom of the Statue of Liberty. It says, give me you're tired, you're homeless, you're wretched, you're ugly, you're fat, whatever. And he said, see, you get what you asked for. Anyway, I suffer from depression. You know what you never say to a depressed person? Have a nice day. Puts way, way too much pressure on us. I get up every morning, I take a Xanax and a Viagra, just so I don't give a fuck. Now the one thing I really hate is calling my psychiatrist. You always get the answering machine. Please listen to the following. If you are OCD, press 1 repeatedly. If you have multiple personalities, press 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if you're depressed and suicidal, hang on, someone will get back to you. Now, I once had a psychiatrist from Afghanistan. His name was Akbar. And I once called Akbar, and I said to him, Akbar, I'm depressed, and I'm very suicidal. And he said to me, would you like to wear a vest, and do you know how to drive a van? Thank you very much.